Here with Jason Taylor, who's in town doing a piece on Chris Harris Jr. for the Walter Payton Man of the Year. What was it like chatting with Chris?
Well, actually, researching Chris, first of all, I had called a couple of Denver games this year, so you understand him as a player, but researching him a little bit and finding out the things he does off the field have been phenomenal. I mean, the guy, for being in the league 7 years, starting a foundation in only his second year, and all the programs he does and has been part of is pretty amazing. So, I mean, hats off to him and the Broncos organization for really rallying behind a guy like that, and Chris is doing it the right way.
Of course, he's the nomination for the Broncos this year. You won the award in 2007. What was that like for you?
It was great. A lot like Chris, we have a foundation. We do a lot of things, and you never do it for that notoriety or for that validation with an award, but to be recognized by the NFL and the Miami Dolphins for myself as their nominee and then winning it, I think it brings a real validation to your foundation, what you're trying to do, and your community efforts. And not only mine, but also my other teammates that were very impactful in those years, and also the organization. So it's an amazing honor, and obviously with the guy's name that's on the trophy. I mean, with Walter Payton, he's all about excellence, and that's really what that award symbolizes.
You mentioned that you called a couple of the Broncos games this year on national radio. What have you thought about this Broncos season? I mean, 8 games in a row. No one really saw that coming.
No, and I had the chance to see them up close and personally. Obviously, they were in Miami. It's tough sometimes when things start to go in the wrong direction a little bit for whatever reason, and injury issues, and in certain spots you need to play better at, and overall as a team. So, I was just talking with John a little bit ago. It's I've been through 1 in 15 years. I've been through 6 and 10. I've been through 4 and 12. I think it's some down years, and it's tough sometimes to get that tide turned. But I think you really see the fabric of your football team in December when things aren't going well. And also when you're playing well in December, you obviously find out who your football team is going forward. But when adversity strikes, and it has stricken the Denver Broncos here, you really see the true makeup of your team and what your players are all about. So, it's not a whole lot to play for as far as playoffs, but there's a lot to see in the next month.
Yeah, looking for a strong 4 games. Last one for you here. You're part of the same Hall of Fame class as Terrell Davis. Mm-hmm. What was that weekend like for you, and did you get a chance to spend some time with TD?
Yeah, I got spent a lot of time with TD and his family, and what an amazing guy. And having played against him as a competitor, and then going into Hall of Fame along with him in the same class was fantastic. And what a guy. Just a fun guy to be around. He was an amazing football player. It was a pain in the butt for us when we had to play against him when I was in Miami. And it was a real. I mean, the weekend or the 4 or 5 days, whatever it was such a blur. And Canton was amazing with him and the other classmates. So, hats off to TD and as a player, I used to hate seeing that salute all the time. He'd score and salute, and he'd stand all up straight. But it was really good to see it as a classmate now.
Well, I know you just got your Hall of Fame ring in Miami the other day, so congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Jason, thanks for spending some time with us.
Thanks for having me, guys.